believe submarines underneath deep blue sea.
Kursk is a region in Russia where Ukrainians are now advancing. In Kursk also was a submarine whose tragic sinking on August 12, 2000, caused Baroness Thatcher to warn the world about Vladimir Putin and the Kremlin.
You tell me, what happened with the submarine?
Она утонула.
I looked at the pictures of Mr. Putin, trying to look for a trace of humanity. They had the terrible tragedy of the submarine going down straight to the floor. Whether there was an explosion inside or not, we don't know. The politicians immediately will get together and say, what help do we want? They can have anything we can give. If we haven't got the help, we'll get it from someone else. There would be anxiety because what mattered was not the submarine, but the lives of those in. The new leader of the Soviet Union didn't act quickly. This was very soon the comment. He didn't try to mobilize everyone else. But that, my friends, was very, very revealing indeed. They still do not value human life in the same way that we do.
Underneath deep blue sea.
It's like in the great stories, Mr. Frodo. The ones that really mattered. Full of darkness and danger they were. And sometimes you didn't want to know the end. Because how could the end be happy? But in the end, it's only a passing thing. The shadow. Even darkness must pass. A new day will come. And when the sun shines, it'll shine out the clearer. Those were the stories that stayed with you. That meant something. Even if you were too small to understand why.
Tear down this wall.
But I think, Mr. Frodo, I do understand. I know now. Folk in those stories had lots of chances of turning back, only they didn't. They kept going. Because they were holding on to something. What are we holding on to, Sam? That there's some good in this world, Mr. Frodo. And it's worth fighting for.
Time and time again, we see that a well-armed freedom can stop a bluffing tyrant. In September 2022, Russia promised a nuclear holocaust if they suffer any setbacks on the battlefield. Now, after 2.5 years of defensive war, Ukrainians have spent 7 days advancing into Russia's Kursk region. Another red line crossed. What's Russia's reply? In November 2022, Russia threatened severe retaliation if NATO countries gave Ukraine Patriot missile defense systems. Today, Ukraine's capital Kyiv is generally well protected thanks to the Patriots. In June 2023, Russia said, well, at least you'd better not use HIMARS to attack anything on Russian soil. In June 2024, after weeks of Russians nearly devastating Kharkiv, the White House at last gave Ukraine permission to use HIMARS to hit Russian missile launch points just over the Russian border. Kharkiv became safer and Russia, weakened, began calling for negotiations.
Whoever tries to prevent us should know that Russia's response will be immediate and will lead you to consequences that you have never faced in your history.
So, isn't it time to send Ukraine what it needs to get the job done? Joe Rogan believes in ice baths as a way to shock the system awake each morning. But, Joe, have you ever tried a missile bath? Rogan has one of the most interesting shows in the world.
When you don't have freedom.
With brilliant thinkers talking about freedom. And yet the Joe Rogan Experience mischaracterizes one place in the world where everyday free people do extraordinary things in the most difficult situations.
The U.S. is engaging in a proxy war with Russia.
In fact, so often, Rogan has guests talking about Ukraine who have never been to Ukraine. Why not instead hear from people like Serhiy Stakhovsky, a tennis-playing wine-making soldier who defeated Roger Federer at Wimbledon and now fights the Russian invaders? Giles Dooley, a British photographer who lost one arm and both legs in Afghanistan, is frequently in Ukraine helping kids and adults who've lost limbs.
Documenting a lot of the hospitals.
Andriy Zelensky, a Jesuit priest, philosopher, soldier, who can go deep into the philosophic differences between Ukrainians and Russians.
The most precious gift we've got from our Lord, and that is our humanity.
Rogan fans love the American idea that I was blind, but now I see. Open your eyes, invite some guests from Ukraine.
Baby, gotta hold on and take a mind. Standing right here, you gotta hold on. You gotta hold on. Baby, gotta hold on and take a mind. Standing right here, you gotta hold on. You gotta hold on.
Ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no valley low enough. Ain't no river wide enough to keep me.
We invite you to follow our channel, the only American show reporting live from Ukraine every day.